It is the Riot Podcast. Welcome to your Monday show.
Welcome to a whole new week of podcasts.
Yes, Nikki and I are here to guide you through and provide you some kind of escape from this wicked world. I don't know.
Actually, this week, some things to look forward to. We should be checking in with Mike from Mike Mains and the Branches.
Yeah.
That should be this week. And then later this week on Friday, that's the start of the Summer Olympics. And with that, we have one Olympic food item.
Yep.
The Olympic Oreos and the new salted caramel ones as well. So we'll do a food fight later this week.
Yes, looking forward to that. We should try a different food item from each nation at the Olympics.
Well, I don't think we can.
Oh, don't say that.
That seems like a big undertaking.
We're hiring a new producer. He's starting soon. He can find them all.
And he'll be here by Friday, but that's a lot to jump into.
What if we just do it throughout the course of the Olympics?
Yeah, I think you'll be interested for the main countries.
Yeah.
And you don't realize there's a lot of other places that you'll have to come up with food for.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of food they eat in Djibouti.
Now, I feel like then you have the passion for this. So that might be your pet project.
Yeah.
You come up with.
My pet project to assign to the new producer.
Fine, Hudson's pushing it to someone else.
The project is I just give him an atlas. Here's Google Maps.
Look at
find all the countries on here, and then find some food that they have.
And if you don't find food, you're going to have to make something.
Find an Oreo from every different country.
This will show how into it he really is.
Yeah. So in the show today, speaking of food, we talk about the new flavors of donuts at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, the carnival ones.
Yeah, and those are actually available starting now all the way until August 8th, so you got a couple weeks.
She didn't make it into the break when we were talking, but I saw her text right after. Lisa was currently in the Krispy Kreme drive-thru when she was hearing us talk about it.
Well, look at that. It's us connecting people with new
That's right when you're
options
there.
that they can use at that very time. We also talk about... again, food related. Taco Bell. They're continuing to have supply chain issues, and it's really affecting some very important items for a Taco Bell.
So learn about that.
So that's a big deal. This one was scary. The water park that shut down in Texas over the weekend. That was a big deal. Well, you'll find out why. And, this is good. Nikki wasn't happy about this. The number one movie in America.
Oh, no.
Nikki is not. She is starkly anti the number one. I kind of just want to watch it to spite you at this point.
No, don't give it a view.
Yeah, I don't really
you dare
want to.
support them. It's actually more like I don't care. But I hate things that, like they were saying, we covered a bit, that they're advertising a lot into it. And it kind of is a bit annoying.
Yes.
And I really am tired lately when I watch something. I was watching a show, and man, it had like 15 major plot points that were actually only there for advertisements.
Yep.
And I just got so tired. I was like, what is this? One time she was doing her hair with the Dyson hair wrap.
Oh my gosh.
And the next time it was like, here's my little portable Canon printer.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this is
that the new season of Gossip Girl?
No, it's not, but it does sound like it, doesn't
could be, couldn't it?
But man, it was just so annoying. And I just can't stand that that's where so many movies go to. And it's like they're not even making a movie for you.
Yeah.
They're only making a movie to sell you stuff. That's the only way this movie got made.
And it was it's very frustrating when a movie isn't good in the first place, but then when they
pad it with all that
before you even watch the movie, which is a giant advertisement, they show you so much advertising for the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why Space Jam has been a lot to deal with as well.
I don't want to get upset again.
No.
So we're just going to let you hear us talk about it, and I'll be upset then too, but now I'm more upset.
Yes. So lots to look forward to in the podcast. Enjoy.
Thanks for listening.
Stick with us all week long. Like, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, rate, and review.
Have a good day.
It is the Riot.
You almost missed hearing this one. We just couldn't let that happen. The worst of the Riot, RadioU.
Hopefully everybody had a good weekend.
Yes. I wish I had some stories to bring back to you, but at the end of the day, we just got a surprisingly nice weather, and so I spent a lot of time outside.
So that was it.
Just hanging out. Yeah, just, enjoying the summer. That was all for me. What about you?
Not too bad. I did mention maybe blackberry picking.
Oh, yeah. Did that work out?
Well, on Saturday, I had such an enjoyable, relaxing day doing other things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll just go on Sunday, no problem. And then I forgot that so many like outdoor picking things don't happen on Sunday.
What? That's a big, that is a big, man, what are they? Chick-fil-A? That's a big waste of, a big opportunity for them to make money.
Well, I guess maybe.
Like, who's going picking during the week?
But maybe they need a day off, and that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I even thought, well, I'll just, leave more money, like at the door or something.
Okay.
But it's not even open at all.
Jeez.
So that's all right. I'll just try again, and I'll just remember that Sunday's not a day.
Maybe they just saved you from yourself. Maybe.
Now I'll never go.
Yeah. You'll find you said it. Saturday, you had better things to do. There's usually better things to do than going blackberry picking.
Well,
so the rest of the summer, maybe you'll just continue to find better things to do.
I wanted to, but then also if I just go to Costco, I know I'll get a party pack of blackberries for probably a lot less. But I like doing it, and I was a little sad.
Oh,
I even washed my hair. I was ready to go.
And then you got all dolled up to go berry picking?
I did. I was like, hey, it's Sunday, all right. Normally I don't wash my hair till Monday when we're back into work. And I was like, no, we're going to go, berry picking. And then Eric looked it up and was like, no, we're not.
Wow. Well, yeah, you never know if you, I'm sure you would have Instagrammed from there. So
I
you
know,
need to look
I would
good.
have had something.
Well, I'm sorry that didn't work out.
That's
really
okay.
am.
Otherwise, still, hopefully everybody had a really good weekend and we're ready for a really good week. And if I get out there, then I do.
Riot Podcast, RadioU.
So over the weekend, it was Space Jam, A New Legacy that came out. And man, we all knew about it because they were promoting it so much. and then you started seeing the reviews come out, and the reviews are not good.
Oh no, they said it was super, super bad because it felt like it was one big commercial, taking advantage of you, all those wonderful things.
I saw one. This was the most insulting one to me, is that it's not even an enjoyable hate watch. It's just bad. And I thought that's the worst, because I thought maybe I could watch it. I feel that that's the worst case scenario when you watch a movie that's geared for kids.
Sure.
Is either it'll be so bad that it's kind of funny, or it'll actually be good. But then if it's, and most of them fall into this category, they're not funny and they're not entertainingly bad. They're just really tough to get through. And apparently that's what Space Jam was.
And it doesn't matter, though.
All that being said, it's still the #1 movie in America.
So I guess the original Space Jam is it 25 years old?
Yep, 1996.
25 years old. And this one, overall domestic total, $90 million in the box office.
Yes.
Oh, no, wait. That was the first Space Jam. What was this one?
That was total over the whole Space Jam run when that came out. This one did $31.65 million over the weekend.
That's better. I was hoping that $90 million wasn't its opening weekend.
And that's all. And 31, when you compare that to what Black Widow and Fast 9 were making a couple weeks back in their opening weekends, it's a lot less than that. And HBO wasn't even smart enough to charge people to watch it like Disney.
They didn't
make any money on HBO Max on it. I mean, directly anyways.
Man, LeBron James tweets hi haters on the
he's talking
update.
to you, Nikki.
Oh, man, that's true.
He should have just he's subtweeting you.
He should have
directly tagged you
in his, but I'm not a huge fan of LeBron James, of his style of certain things. Forget even basketball, like put that to the side. But for Space Jam, I wasn't interested either.
No,
maybe because that was him.
I was initially kind of the target audience.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a child, but
but we act like children.
Yeah, and I grew up. I love the Looney Tunes, and I grew up on Space Jam. That was one of the best movies when I was a kid. So this was aimed directly at me of like, hey, you should like this. And then I saw the trailers and I saw the reviews, and I wish I would have liked to have given it a chance, but I know I won't like it. So it'll just make me sad. So It makes me sad to see that LeBron made a bad movie. And it makes me sad to see that the Looney Tunes made a bad movie.
And they sold everybody out.
Yeah.
So Space Jam was number 1 over the weekend. Black Widow, number 2. Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, was number 3. And F9 was number 4. And then Boss Baby was number 5.
Oh, good for Boss Baby.
Look at that. That's a quality top 5, isn't it? Lots of really good things.
We've, after a whole year and a half where movies really weren't released, you can see the backlog, all the good stuff that was just tied up and just waiting for the moment to come out.
I still don't feel like, outside of F9, I feel like there still hasn't been a big hit of a movie.
Yeah.
Or just, we need more options.
That was actually good.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what we're waiting for is like a summer movie that we all want to go see. And Black Widow was I think was the closest because it's made the most money. Well, Quiet Place too. Man, I just want to watch a movie that I like, and I haven't gotten to do it yet.
Not going to.
Not a new one anyways. But this feels like an indictment on Black Widow that after 1 week, it loses out to Space Jam, New Legacy.
Things happen.
Maybe it's not.
Mistakes are made.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
Something to listen to when you meant to work out but tripped into a box of donuts. This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Well, feels like it would have been a good weekend to go to a water park. I don't know if it was quite warm enough here, but around the country, it's summertime, especially in Texas. You need to find a way to beat the heat. Yep. And it was all fun and games until at Six Flags Hurricane Harbor Splashdown.
That sounds totally like a water park.
Yeah. It's too long of a name, though.
No, I mean, you got to add it all in so you know how intense it is.
But I guess maybe they're being very specific where Six Flags is the park.
Yeah.
Hurricane Harbor is the water park portion. And then Splashdown is an area.
Or that is like the ride or the splash zone.
Yeah, no, I think this is just the actual whole name of the park. Well, either way, it was shut down over the weekend because they had what they're calling a chemical leak.
Oh, in the water?
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear.
No, especially you don't want to be the one to find out. How long has it been going on?
It was 31 people were taken to the hospital.
Oh no.
55 people refused to go to the hospital, but were also having issues, and everybody had to get a chemical kind of bath to
wash it off.
You had to get disinfected basically because they had an unexplained chemical leak that had gotten into the water.
Skin reactions, respiratory issues. People were vomiting. Oh, no, in the water.
That's
too.
A double whammy there.
It is. Oh my gosh. So they were really worried about it. They had more than 100 visitors to the place in Spring, Texas, who had to go through a decontamination process.
Yes, that's what you call it.
And that way that could help their skin. Oh, that's bad.
They say the leak contained a mixture of bleach and sulfuric acid.
Oh, in the water?
In the water?
Oh, no.
And it was so strong you could smell it. Why do they have sulfuric acid at a water park?
You'd be surprised by what you need to maybe not regulate it, but I don't know. Is it maybe it wasn't meant to be in the water?
Yeah, probably not. I don't know. It seems that to me, maybe we have some water park employees that, that might know. But
actually, they're saying it might have been over chlorination of the water.
Yeah, that's
probably what it was.
That's what I would have thought. I guess I didn't know that sulfuric acid had to get involved in that. And
with chlorine being so expensive, I would have thought it would have been under chlorinated.
Right.
Not over.
You're right.
That was a problem.
Yeah, but actually, I needed to buy some chlorine over the weekend. Couldn't find any.
Oh,
No luck. But
is there a DIY? Something else
I don't think you need to start. See, when you start mixing your own chemicals at home, you wind up.
Soda.
This is what you wind up with.
What did you say the other day when your mom used to make stuff?
It was always borax. Borax is at the heart of everything. So when you're a homeschool mom,
does that
making
work?
her own, especially before TikTok. I bet you if you search borax on TikTok, you just find so many hacks, and it's a lot of homeschool moms probably.
So they don't know. The park has not said what the attraction was that was affected by it. But people are saying that it was one of the kiddie pools. And so they're just wondering, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I just kept wondering why I was burning. That's awful. So that was in Texas, and thankfully they're working on it.
You know how kids are too.
Yeah.
Like you get them in the pool and they never want to get out.
Sure.
Even their skin is like to the point of falling off, and they're like, no, I want to keep swimming.
Well, I bet you too, if you were a mom there, you're like, no, we're not losing our spot.
Yeah.
Stay in the pool.
That's right.
We're not losing it.
Oh my gosh.
So they're fixing it, and that feels like a lawsuit.
Yeah.
That feels like something.
Yeah.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Over the weekend, one of the things I did actually get around to, I did spend some time watching some baseball.
You did?
Which I haven't gotten to do so often. But I did actually take in some Red Sox and Yankees. It didn't go so well as a Red Sox fan. And I can't help but attribute some of that to, first of all, on Saturday night, the game was delayed by an hour because of rain. Mm-hmm. It didn't rain from 7 to 8. It was supposed to start at 7. It didn't rain a drop, according to everybody.
But they still called a rain delay with it?
Yeah, and then it starts at 8, and then by the time like 10 o'clock rolls around, it's just downpouring at the stadium.
They called the rain delay at the wrong part of the game.
Right, yeah. They weren't so good at reading the radar. But, I mean, you didn't even need radar. It wasn't raining, and then it was raining.
I guess I always assumed they wouldn't call it until it did start. But
right,
I know you want people to be safe.
Yeah, so either way, they got the game and the Red Sox lost. And in the midst of that game, a fan in the stands threw a baseball onto the field of play, and it hit Red Sox outfielder Alex Verdugo.
Oh, gosh.
It seems to be that it was intentional to actually try to hit him. I don't know. I mean, how can you really know the intentions of a person's heart?
So was it, I'm sorry, one of the game balls, or did the person bring their own baseball? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So maybe he bought it there at the stadium, but either way, he had a baseball, and he throws it onto the field. It hits a Red Sox player.
Oh, he's mad. I'm watching video of it.
Yeah.
While it's raining.
And I like the...
it's pouring.
Yeah, of course. See, they should have...
waited until then. That would have never happened.
Yep, exactly. So I like if you look in the stands, too. If you look at the picture, you can see... the Red Sox player's name is Alex Verdugo. He's turned around looking at the fans in the outfield trying to figure out who threw it. And so there's like some Yankees fans that you would presume might be the ones that threw it that are kind of like pointing at him or whatever. There's also a Red Sox fan clearly unaware of what's going on, just holding up his jersey, like cheering for him.
Because he thinks like, oh, he's looking over
Yeah,
here.
he's looking at me. He must think I did some really good cheers or something.
He's so innocent that person doesn't know. That's so no one was telling who the person was, or did they find out?
No, they did find the guy who did it, or gal. They didn't say. It could have been a woman. We don't know.
The person who threw the baseball at the Red Sox-Yankees game.
Yep, and so that person has been kicked out. They got kicked out of the game, and they have been banned by the MLB for life from all 30 MLB stadiums.
Oh, wow. That's a real one right there.
That's a big... They were quick with that, where the... because we've seen this happening recently. If you go back earlier in the NBA playoffs, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
That players were spitting, or fans were spitting on players and throwing popcorn.
They're going hard on it, which is right. But I am looking at the picture. I do see the Red Sox guy where he's like, look at my jersey.
Yeah, I know. He's so innocent. He has no idea what's going on.
Someone threw the ball.
Obviously was looking at his phone when the guy threw the ball. And then so he's just thinking, oh,
hey, it's me.
Alex Verdugo. He must have seen my jersey in the stands.
So this is the game from the weekend when not a fan of him, but someone threw a ball at Alex Verdugo, not a player, but someone in the stands. And so they found that person, and they have a lifetime ban now.
Yeah, so I don't know how you can enforce that, though. Like, what are they going to have, a picture of the guy?
Well, I think his name's probably tied into the ticket thing or something. I'm sure they have a way.
So he's just going to buy tickets from scalpers if he really wants to go.
Lower your expectations enough, and you'll never be disappointed. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
I missed this on Thursday night last week because it was on Fallon, and I never watched Fallon, even on YouTube the next day. but it was Mark Wahlberg.
Hudson, you're great. You're like, I wouldn't even watch it the next day.
No, I keep up with some of the other late night stuff. I rarely watch it live, but I mean, especially now with the morning show. But
next time, why don't you hold your opinion back? Like, you want to tell Fallon, you're like, no, I don't even watch you at night. You're like, oh, because you get up the next day. I don't even watch you the next day.
And for a lot of people, that would not even mean anything. But since I watch so many of the other late night people, and I would never, ever consider watching Fallon or James Corden the next day. I don't even keep up with them on YouTube.
Not even if it's trending. You won't even accidentally click on it.
Not even if there's a fire, I would not. So,
but you did miss something.
Yeah, I did. But of course, you're like me, Nikki. You probably rarely would watch the interviews anyways, even if it is on the show you like.
Well, that's normally not what's always trending. It's usually like
it's not as interesting.
The sketch thing that they came up with or some sort of fun little bit, but not always the interviews.
No, the interviews can have great moments, but you have to wait for those to go viral to know that they're actually great. So Mark Wahlberg was on the show on Thursday night. He is preparing for a movie. It's called Stu, as in the name STU, like our weekend DJ.
Hey!
And in the movie, to prepare for the movie, Mark Wahlberg had to gain 30 pounds in 6 weeks. And you're like...
Challenge accepted.
Yeah. You're like...
That's not hard.
That's just a regular 6-week stretch for a lot of us.
Dude, that's a hard holiday weekend right there.
Yeah,
you
6
can come
weeks.
Back after the weekend
6 weeks. Give us a couple days.
Got it.
Give us a couple food fights. We can knock that right out.
You know, he, I think, was always considered healthier.
Yep.
So maybe it is harder to change those healthy habits to a 30-pound weight gain.
Yeah, especially when you consider how much he actually had to eat to make that happen. According to him, he had to consume 7,000 calories a day for 2 weeks.
Oh, my gosh.
And then
more?
The next 2 weeks, he had to do 11,000 calories.
Oh, to be able... Well, his body probably was really set up to, like, burn fat and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
So he had to retrain his body. So he had to eat that much?
I wonder if there was maybe a specific way where he had to do it so that it wouldn't screw him up too much.
A more healthier way?
Like once he wants to bounce back for his next movie where he's actually in shape again, if he had to be careful how he did it. And either way, like I would imagine when you're a rich Hollywood actor and your body is so much a part of what you do, even him eating the 11,000 calories a day, it's probably just not he can eat whatever he wants.
No.
Although he did say he was looking forward to eating at bakeries and Denny's. And
basically, he was looking forward to eating everything we eat every day.
Right.
Pancakes, fried chicken, all that
20-piece chicken nuggets.
So he was doing exactly what we do normally.
Yep.
But I guess probably when he goes to lose the weight from it. And he said that he was only into it for like an hour and then it's not fun for him anymore. But then it'd be harder
still fun
to have
for the rest of us.
I know, just to live like normal life. But then he'll have to lose all that weight after, he says.
Makes you wonder with like the way Hollywood is now, where we're trying to be like equally representative. Shouldn't they have just picked one of us that already eats 11,000 calories a day and can gain 30 pounds in 6 weeks, no problem?
Well, you think it would be fair, but
that would
probably
be fair.
not.
This is anti-normal people.
Actually, it does always remind me of whenever you're thinking you're eating so many calories, you think like, oh, I'm having like maybe 1,800 or something, or 1,500 or 2,000 or whatever. And then you go back and you look, you're like, I think I'm having more than that. I think it is closer
Your
to the
one
7,000.
meal at McDonald's is a lot more than the 2,000. Like we always are going off of if you go off of the like side of a Coke can, it says 2,000 calorie diet and nobody's eating 2,000 calories.
So Mark Wahlberg said he's at the 7,000 calories and then 11,000 calories. And that's he's going to be Reverend Stuart Long, a failed boxer who went to go to LA to try to act and then was in a motorcycle accident and joined the seminary where he continues
he found
that
his
story.
Greatest challenge yet.
I guess.
What a great way to describe the movie.
So I guess we'll see more as and then you look at pictures, you're like, he doesn't even look overweight.
No, he's already lost it. It took him, like the sad part is for all of us, we struggle to lose the 30 pounds. He gained 30 pounds in 6 weeks and then it just probably fell off of him in a day.
That's fine. We're not upset.
the equivalent of someone's lint collection. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Would you say, Nikki, I think we might talk about Taco Bell more on this show than anything.
It's not good all the time.
No, but it always seems to be something we focus on, and even when it's not the main topic of conversation, we come around to it somehow.
It does seem to come back, even though for our side of it, they tend to bring back food and take away things.
Yep.
So it seems like they're more talked about this past year because of this. It's like a bad give and take relationship.
Yes,
it's a bad one, like a push and pull.
Yep.
Where you give us something for a little bit and then you take it away and we don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, we don't. It's not a very healthy relationship with Taco Bell. There's not a lot about Taco Bell that's healthy, including the relationship. And right now, what the problem is, people are complaining on Twitter, it seems, because Taco Bell continues to have different various food shortages. They're blaming it on the supply chain. We're still talking about, that's a word we all had to learn because of the pandemic. We
supply chain?
Didn't realize it was such a big deal until the pandemic came along and disrupted our supply chains. The Taco Bell, now they are seeing shortages of ingredients such as the chicken and beef, of course, hot and mild sauce.
That one's been around for a while.
Yeah, the lettuce and tomatoes, but the real kicker, they're having a shortage of 10-inch tortillas.
We're running out of stuff here, guys.
That's
a lot
basic.
Of the menu.
You can't have Taco Bell without the 10-inch tortillas.
Without the tortillas?
Otherwise, it's just a mess. It's just a big bowl of slop. We can't. If we don't have the tortillas, we actually have to see what the food looks like.
Well, what are they going to do?
That.
They say that you could just be going up to a random, and it's not just Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I will tell you, there's a lot
sure.
of places. A lot of places are like, we don't even have people to work, so we're closing. Let alone are there all the food items that you want to go have. So it seems like there's labor shortage, they say, and just like everything's out.
Yeah, Taco Bell seems to be hit a little harder by not just the food shortage, like the supply chain issues, but also the worker shortage. Because, that wasn't a strong area for them beforehand. And now it's really they just don't seem to, they don't even have enough people that don't care,
It's the worst.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about like a restaurant, if you don't have beef and chicken and the tortillas, then that is a good portion of what you were supposed to be offering.
Right.
But they just say that those items are in short supply at some stores, so your area might be fine.
Right. It just depends.
But in others, it might be having a problem.
Yeah. I feel like other restaurants have been a little better at concealing their issues, maybe.
Oh, I think they're still having them, but they're just not showing it as much.
They are better at maybe promoting different items on their menu and taking stuff away without anybody noticing, whereas Taco Bell, it's just all out in the open there for you. And part of it probably is the few employees they have that don't care.
They'll just
posted on TikTok and whatever. With Burger King and Wendy's and McDonald's, they're just have a little more tact about everything.
Oh, I don't think Burger King. So remember, their employees have been in the news. And I want to say that I'm looking at this article about Taco Bell, and I'm looking at 2 really amazing looking tacos, some chips and stuff.
I know.
I have never seen anything at Taco Bell look that good.
It's true, but I thought you were going to say that you're looking at this picture and it just makes you want Taco Bell, and that's the other sad part is we talk about Taco Bell, and probably more often than not, it's not in a positive light. And yet every time we talk about it, I'm like, ooh, I could go for Taco Bell today.
I think it's awesome.
You're basically listening to a real-time cringe compilation. This is The Riot on RadioU.
I said earlier, I didn't do anything really interesting over the weekend. Not exactly true, because I forgot that I did rescue a dog.
You did?
Kind of. A little bit. Not brought one home.
Should have started the show with that.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Well, I didn't. It sounds bigger than. Yes, because I just found it was a dog out on the street.
That's because you're humble, Hudson.
Yeah, it was a dog out on the street, and I just returned it to its family. It was just from the neighborhood. It wasn't very far from its house, but it can't be out in the street.
Right.
It's not good. And this has happened to me a surprising amount of times. How many times have you found a stray, like a dog that had escaped?
I don't think I ever have.
Really?
If I did, I kept it. I don't think I've ever done that with a dog, but I found 3 cats that way.
Okay.
So I'm the cat person and you're the dog one.
I've found so many dogs, and usually like it was over the weekend, where it's just a quick thing where you just return. It's somebody from the neighborhood or from when I used to live in apartments. Constantly, there was 1 or 2 people that would have their dogs escape. There was one time where I had to take it to the shelter, and then as soon as I took it to the shelter, the person I posted on Craigslist, and they appeared right after I had dropped it off, which was great. Well, it made me feel bad, I did something wrong.
But these dogs want to come find you.
Yeah, but somehow I just always am coming across the stray dogs of my neighbors and whatnot. And, I always think, like what happened over the weekend, when you take your dog or when you take somebody's dog back to them, and they didn't realize, or usually I guess they have realized that it's escaped and they just didn't realize where it was, and they didn't realize they need to go look for it yet, or, whatever. When you bring their dog back to them after they've lost it, that's a huge moment for them, where they're like, you would expect them to be upset with the dog, like if it was in a way, but Nikki and I, we love our dogs. If one of our dogs escaped, there would be a part of you that was upset. But the truth is, if the dog gets brought back, you're going to be like, it's fine. It's okay. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes. And that is such the way that God sees us, where like we can go through life and do our own thing. And you might think that you're at a point in life where if I wanted to talk to God, God would probably be mad at me because I haven't paid attention to him or whatever. But the truth is, God isn't mad at you at all. Jesus isn't upset. No matter when it is that you're going to come talk to him, Jesus is going to be happy to hear that. Just like if your dog ran away and it got brought back, of course, that's not ideal. But at the end of the day, when you're reunited, it feels so much better, and you love your dog so much that doesn't really matter that it ran away. That's how God feels about you. He loves you so much. He wants to be in your life. He doesn't want to lose you. He doesn't want you out there getting hurt. Jesus wants to be with you through life. And if you're ready for that, a God that cares about you just like you care about your dog, then start talking to him. Say, hey, God, I want you in my life. I know that you're not mad at me. I know that you care about me. And so I want to find out more about all of that. Start talking to God, and RadioU.com/free gift. If you want to check that out, it's a great place to start.
This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
We don't have a WhatsApp.
We don't.
For the RadioU station.
We don't, no.
Do you use WhatsApp at all?
No, I did in the beginning, and then that was it. I mean, me and my friends pretty much have our
There's so many options.
There's so many options, and that was during a crowded time. I was like, I just don't use that one as much.
We know you have a lot of options when you chat, so we're glad that you chose WhatsApp.
Or whichever app that you choose.
Yeah, I do have a WhatsApp, and I use it very specifically for like one group, and that's the tough thing. When you have like a few different friends groups and they're all each on the different versions of things, and so you have to keep all of them and then you have to really evaluate, is this really an important friend group to be a part of?
If not, you got to move on to another chat program.
Yeah, well, some people are being forced to move on from WhatsApp. They have just banned 2 million accounts. They have blocked them because of they weren't following the rules. And the rules are, the rule that most of these accounts were not following is they were sending high and abnormal rates of messages on the WhatsApp
to like meet people, or
to what?
To meet people on it? Like just to send random eyes to people?
I don't know exactly. Here's the thing. They say the majority of these, 95%, were due to unauthorized use of automated or bulk messaging.
Yeah.
So
just spamming.
It's basically spamming, it sounds like, and it is. I also don't know. I feel that the way I use WhatsApp with my one group of friends is probably different than the way people use it where the app is actually very popular, which is India and those other Southeast Asian countries where they say most of these bands came from as well, where people use it for their news and stuff.
Oh, sure.
And they have a big problem with
they're sending out the same message.
Right. And forwarding along stuff, just endlessly forwarding stories to everybody. And a lot of them aren't even true, kind of thing.
So spam accounts and your grandparents.
Right. Yeah. It's just
things on.
It's kind of sounds like it's a horrible, horrible email, basically.
Yes,
it's what WhatsApp is. You question why so many people use it. But at the end of the day, yeah, it's a lot of spam stuff sounds like it's going out. And
well, not too surprising. They said the 2 million of its 2 billion users are almost entirely out of India, and they're just spam accounts. So those are just to clean it out,
I wonder what it would feel bad, though, to be the one person that was actually, you were really just sending so many. You love WhatsApp so much, and you have so many friends, and you're just talking to them so constantly.
And then you get banned,
and all of a sudden you're disconnected from everyone you know.
So India is WhatsApp's biggest market. It has 400 million users there. It was triggered then when users would forward messages too many times. So that's the limit that WhatsApp now is really being strict about on how many times a message can be forwarded to other people or groups.
Yeah, it definitely opens your eyes a little bit when 2 million accounts all being banned at once sounds like a lot.
But it's not.
But then when you hear 2 billion accounts are on their total,
you see it's not as many.
Yeah. So good luck to you if you're sticking with WhatsApp and still using it, if that's your chat app of choice.
They just want to try to fight fake news when it goes out. And they say that as it just keeps going from one person to another and spams and spams and spams, that then it just can't be controlled at that point. So you'll get banned ahead of time.
Yep. So it would be nice if we could do this for everything else, wouldn't it? If other people are messaging you too much, you just get them banned off of the service.
Maybe you should move everyone then over to WhatsApp.
That's exactly right. It's actually, it seems like a negative. All of a sudden, it just became a perk. They'll ban people for talking too much.
I could see a lot of family members getting banned.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki. Oh my God, no way. On RadioU.
No way, no way.
Just had my first sip of coffee.
Woo! That'll wake you up.
The maple walnut.
Hudson went with a bold amount of it today.
We have such a different... how can you even tell if it's bold?
Because
the amount of cream you put in.
I don't know. I tasted afterwards. Because what happens is when Hudson goes with a stronger push for the coffee for that day, I can always tell because it really kicks in at the end.
Okay.
So I don't taste the creamer at the end. I taste this sort of I don't know, oil. It just feels to me like it's a very, very strong thing.
Yeah.
Whereas on smoother days, when you don't use as strong of an amount, then it's just more like I taste the lingering coffee creamer.
You know what you need is to add some sugar to it. You've already got the cream going.
Will that take some of that out?
I mean, anything to overpower the flavor of coffee, which apparently you don't like.
Just that last little push at the end. And I don't mind it. It's just really strong. It just gets you right back there.
It's just so funny how, you just heard me. I just took my sip of coffee and I was like, ooh, that's good. And Nikki took her first sip of coffee and she was like...
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
It is. That's exactly what you sounded like.
Throwing up. It's not like that, but
it was pretty close.
It's it's right back
that's there. About the same thing.
That's not it. You've never heard me throw up then. Because I'm a stomper and a crier.
Yeah.
I'm throwing up because I don't want to.
If I make the coffee a little stronger one day, I think that's what you'll be doing. You'll be stomping and crying.
All you need to do is go a tiny bit more, and you're going to just send me over the edge.
I'm going to slowly increase every day the strength of the coffee until it gets so strong that you not only gag on your first sip, but actually start crying about it.
But I don't want to say anything. I'd be like, if you want it that strong, then that's fine. I might have to have my own coffee pot for the lighter sort of days of it. But Chris texted in.
You don't need it. You can just put more cream in.
I put so much in.
You can water it down.
Put more in.
Put less coffee in.
I don't know how much more I could do for my health.
When I'm making the coffee, since I drink it black, and I think Chris does as well, we can't do anything to alter the flavor of it. So if it starts off as watery for us, if it starts off not as strong, then there's nothing we can do to fix that. But for you, as you add other elements to your coffee, you can make it weaker by adding water or adding cream and adding sugar and all these different things. But for Chris and I, we have no alternatives.
There is an alternative.
What's that?
You just make it the way that I want. That's the alternative. And be happy about it. No, you guys, you like coffee way more. You get first dibs on how it's made.
We like coffee. is the thing. That's the difference between Chris and I
like
and you.
coffee and coffee creamer.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the creamer.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course.
Well, Chris texted in and said maple walnut sounds so Canadian.
Yeah.
It's good. It is good coffee, but I can tell like just when you make it a little bit stronger, it gets really powerful.
Yeah, well, I get used to it.
You hear this work environment? Did you hear him say that?
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed
I think
to
you know deep down. Stop making it so strong.
I'm supposed to sacrifice myself and my own happiness and well-being for yours?
Well, that would be
nice. Is
nice.
that what you want?
That'd be nice.
That's what you are asking me to do.
No, I'm just saying just a tiny bit less in the strength of the coffee. Just a tiny bit.
You're asking me
It's back in my,
You're asking me to suffer.
No.
Yes.
No, I just want us to all suffer just a little bit less.
If we all suffer a little bit, then nobody's suffering a lot. This is
fine.
What you're saying.
No, I know deep down one day a second coffee pot will just appear.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
That's over there for me.
The thing is, I have a French press here.
Yeah.
It's just a lot more, like it takes just as long to make 1 cup in the French press as it does to make a whole pot for everybody in the pot. So, and 2 out of the 3 that really normally drink the coffee really like it strong.
That's all right.
And Sydney would never say anything no matter what. So
He's so nice. I need to get Sydney to get more vocal and be on my side.
yeah, you're right. Just start we can have a war here over the coffee.
It's all right. It's not a problem. It's not really a problem. There's bigger problems.
No, yeah, it's all in fun.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
Man, here's what's funny about this story. A man walked in to a Bath and Body Works and he sprayed and injured at least 30 people by spraying bear mace.
Is that a new fragrance or a new candle?
That's right. They've got everything at Bath and Body Works, no matter what you want to smell like.
It's a new body mist.
It's definitely not the one Nikki would want because it would keep the bears away.
I know. I want the other one.
Yeah, you want the bear attractive.
That's what
attractant.
I want.
But walks in.
Oh my gosh! What if the bear deterrent one was called like Barely There?
Barely noticeable.
Exactly. It's this new line. There's candles.
Yeah.
There's the plug-in things for the walls.
You get you put the one in the air vent in your car.
Yeah, like to keep bears away.
And all of a sudden, I thought the bears would be attracted to it.
No, I guess not.
But that would be actually, they should do that.
So this guy was mad and he sprayed bear spray.
Right. The kind that's meant to deter bears, which why he had that in, by the way, this is in Miami International Mall.
You can have bears there's bears in Florida.
Are you really?
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Like little ones or?
Like good sized bears.
I guess everything in Florida, you just never know.
Well, bears deserve a vacation too.
I mean, even if there are bears in Florida, I doubt they're anywhere near Miami. Don't you think?
Well, probably
more
not.
like Everglades or like the Pensacola area or something.
I'll give you that. They're not at the mall. But
They're not at the mall.
They're there.
Anyway, this is what caught my eye. He sprays the bear spray. They say it was part of a robbery, probably, whatever. He injured the 30 people, including 15 Bath and Body Works employees.
How many they have that many at the same time?
We're wondering about this like worker shortage. It's because Bath and Body Works has everybody working at one store in Miami Mall.
So we're all there. They want to work in Miami.
Yeah, I guess that's the hot place to be. 15 employees. I don't think I've ever walked into any store at any mall in my life, and there have been 15 employees in there. Were they having a meeting? What's going on?
Customers, mall shoppers outside the store were also hit by the bear repellent. The manager of the store was hospitalized following it. So they said they started coughing and they didn't know what was going on at first. They could feel the bear repellent.
Yeah, right.
And they could breathe it in, but they didn't realize what this guy did. And because he was trying to, rob the store and stuff, that's what he used.
So he probably just sprayed it on 1 or 2, just sprayed it in the direction of maybe somebody that saw him stealing. And then, so he sprayed it at them. But, the way the spray is, it gets all up in the air and it irritates your eyes and whatever.
Yeah, same for everything in Bath and Body Works. Same thing.
Are they sure it was the bear mace? Maybe it was just the sweet pea body mist.
Like some of that stuff can be pretty strong.
Yeah. I just think it's weird also to rob a Bath and Body Works. Are you kidding me? The prices there are so low. They're the ones you're getting a robbery anytime you buy something.
Are you not buying candles then? Because they're pretty expensive.
I don't know. I just think at Bath and Body Works, I remember all of which granted, I don't go to Bath and Body Works very often, but I do always, just when my mom needs a birthday present. But they have all the little, the things you clip on your purse and they're glittery and they make your hands smell good, but they're not hand sanitizer.
The lotion?
It's not really
Body lotion?
No, it's smaller. It's like glittery and
the antibacterial
translucent.
stuff.
Yeah, is it antibacterial? But it's not like approved to kill the coronavirus.
Oh, not according to them.
Probably. You think they do want you to use that on the virus?
They do want you to use that. So basically, he sprayed the manager of the store directly in the face, otherwise just sprayed around. And that's it. It's so expensive there, Hudson. That's why they have 15 employees at the same time.
Hudson, Nikki, the Riot, RadioU.
It is carnival season. You're seeing a lot of the fairs and carnivals around the country getting back in action.
Some bigger, some scarier.
Yeah. That was one of the things I missed, though, during the pandemic last year was all the little, local, the pumpkin festival and the corn festival and, all the different various festivals.
I miss those, but I don't miss hey, what's that in the parking lot of that mall over there that's been closed down forever? You're like a traveling, fair.
All of a sudden you see the tilt-a-whirl across the street. You're like, what is going on?
It's tempting because you're like, hey, some fair rides, but you know that they leave in just enough time to not get in trouble for anything. So I'm always worried about that.
Right with the first time somebody vomits.
Oh, they run out of town fast.
Well, at Krispy Kreme, they're celebrating carnival season with a new carnival-inspired line of donuts. And what you love about Krispy Kreme is even if they only bring you by a line of donuts for a week, it's always they're going all out. They're not just a lot of other places will just do they'll put carnival pictures on their drink cups and that'll be their celebration. Krispy Kreme has 3 new donuts and they're actually real different donuts. They've got the caramel apple donut, which is a shell donut filled with caramel apple cream, dipped in a green apple icing and drizzled with caramel, then completed with rainbow sprinkles and a pretzel stick.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot on there.
If you think that was bad, listen to this one.
Oh, this one actually seems a bit worse.
I hate this.
This is going to be way worse.
Krispy Kreme hates donuts when you hear this. The cotton candy donut.
Aww.
It's an original glazed donut dipped in an additional layer of cotton candy flavored icing, covered in cotton candy sugar, and topped with buttercream and rainbow sprinkles.
Oh, so you don't get any the fairy floss. You don't get any actual cotton candy, but they put the sugar on it.
Do you need more sugar on that than is already
Hudson,
involved?
I want this to be a real fair experience.
Yeah.
And if they're not doing that, that's not. I want them at Krispy Kreme to have one of those little cotton candy makers, and someone's job is to make it for these donuts.
Yeah. There's actually one more, the caramel popcorn donut, which is a glazed shell donut with caramel popcorn cream and topped with caramel drizzle and pieces of actual caramel popcorn.
See,
I have to say, I really want to go to a carnival or a fair or whatever. I do not want to get any of these donuts from Krispy Kreme. They do not sound appetizing at all.
The green apple and the caramel stuff, that almost reminds me more of like a fall festival.
Yeah, right.
Not necessarily like a state
Summertime,
fair or something, but I guess it'll work.
They should have done a deep fried butter donut. That's what would really get us.
It's got a butter icing or a butter in the middle with sticks of butter on top. So that's their
filled with icing on the butter on the inside.
That's
they just
their
inject
carnival collection. But I'm trying to see when it comes out or if it's not already out.
I don't have dates on that, but you know how Krispy Kreme usually does. Like they always have some kind of promotion going on. They just wrapped up their birthday celebration, so I wonder if this is actually available now.
I see it. It's on the website. It's now through August 8th.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's pretty good. Well, it's the summer, so what else?
So I guess that's the only thing they're doing for the rest of summer.
They look pretty good. Like maybe we should try it just for you guys. If we have to.
I'll do it for the show, but I would never order these on my own.
But we're not paying extra to have them dashed to us.
DoorDash this
we're
time.
We're going to have to go get them.
Well, we'll get the new producer.
I know. You'll have to
His first day on the job is going to pick up Krispy Kreme.
So that's the carnival donuts. They look pretty good. I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah, I have less confidence than you do.
Well, Hudson has the same confidence in the traveling carnival as he does in the carnival donuts.
I think I'd have more confidence in the traveling carnival to at least have something I want to eat.
Well, that's on you.
Not that it will be healthy for me.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no, I missed it. Do it again.
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.